The fog clung to the land like an unwelcome shroud, winding through gnarled trees and overgrown vines that had long since claimed dominion over the castle. The silhouette of the building rose from the hillside like a sleeping beast, its stone face worn by centuries of neglect, casting long shadows. The castle had long been a source of whispered legends, rumors of treasure hidden deep within its crumbling walls, guarded by forces beyond understanding. Some swore it was cursed, others claimed it was haunted by the souls of those who had dared to seek the riches and never returned. To 6 children, however, it was the ultimate challenge, the perfect stage for an adventure no one else had lived to tell. Jordan, Iris, Pete, Piper, Ronnie, and Jake had heard the stories. The treasure, so the tales went, was a fortune beyond imagination, waiting for the right souls to find it. The air was thick with the scent of decay as they crossed the castle's rusted gates, the sound of their footsteps muffled by the ever-encroaching fog. They were excited, their hearts pounding with the promise of discovery, yet a strange sensation lingered in the back of their minds. Once inside, the temperature plummeted. A heaviness settled over them, a weight pressing down on their chests, making each breath feel like a struggle. The distant echo of footsteps rang out in the corridors, but there was no one there. "It's just the wind," Jordan muttered. The walls groaned, as if the castle itself was slowly waking. Every footstep they took seemed to be met with an answer, a creak, a groan, a low rumble from deep within the bowels of the castle. They ventured further, their minds slowly surrendering to the unsettling nature of the place. Eventually, they found themselves in a vast, dimly lit chamber, its floor covered in dust. At the center of the room stood a colossal stone statue of a dragon, wings unfurled and eyes fierce with a rage that felt almost too real. Jake, drawn to it like a moth to a flame, whispered. As he drew closer, the air thickened, and a chill ran down their spines. The dragon's eyes began to glow, faint at first, then growing brighter, until the light became blinding. A spectral form of the dragon materialized before them, its transparent body exuding an ominous power. A deep, thunderous voice rumbled within their minds, "Tread carefully, children. Only those worthy shall find the treasure. But beware, there are traps that will take those who are too eager." A flash of ghostly flame erupted from the dragon's eyes, and the apparition vanished. "This isn't some prank," Ronnie said, his voice barely more than a whisper. "This is real." "No turning back now," Pete said, gripping his flashlight. "Let's see where this leads." They moved cautiously, following the wisps of smoke deeper into the castle. The labyrinthine hallways seemed endless, with doors that led nowhere and staircases that spiraled into darkness. Each time they reached a dead end or a locked door, the dragon's ghost appeared, its voice giving them a cryptic clue that would unlock the next part of the puzzle. They faced unimaginable dangers, trapdoors that opened beneath their feet, sending gusts of foul air from the depths below, blades that swung from the walls, missing them by inches, and halls that seemed to close in, pressing in on them like the castle itself wanted them to be swallowed whole. In the heart of the castle, behind a hidden panel in a library, they discovered a stone chamber. At its center, an ornate chest sat upon a pedestal, engraved with symbols too strange to understand. As they approached, the dragon's ghost appeared one final time, its voice colder than before. The riddle was like a labyrinth of its own, twisting and confounding their minds. It spoke of the balance of elements, of light and shadow, of time and eternity. For what felt like hours, they deliberated, the weight of the dragon's warning pressing on them. Finally, Jordan's eyes flicked to the chest's engravings, and a pattern emerged in his mind, a series of movements that mirrored the cycle of the sun. With trembling hands, they unlocked the chest, and a burst of golden light filled the room. But the moment their fingers touched the treasure, the ground trembled. A deep, guttural rumble echoed throughout the castle. "The treasure is not yours to keep," the dragon's voice boomed, louder now. "You must solve the final riddle or remain here, forever." Panic gripped their hearts as they turned to leave, but the castle had other plans.